It's the Profit Answer Man, Rocky Lalvani. Before we start, let's hear a Profit First success story from Jamie J.
Hello, my name is Jamie J. I'm the CEO and founder of Bottleneck Virtual Assistants. You can learn more about Bottleneck Virtual Assistants by visiting bottleneck.online. And I want to tell you what Mike Michalowicz in the Profit First system has done for me. It has given me clarity. Well, it has given me direction. I don't know if I've realized clarity yet, but it's definitely given me direction. And for me, what that means is confidence. It's assurance that I can see the roadmap. I can see the future. I know that I'm going in a certain direction that is positive. Just the little flip of income minus expenses equals profit to income minus profit equals expenses pretty much changed my entire life. I'm not a fan of work-life balance. I'm a fan of life balance. That includes my personal life, my work life, everything in between. And for me to have this direction, this confidence in moving forward and knowing where I'm going in the future, there's a calmness that's overcome me. And it's an amazing feeling. It's a realization that I wish so many more business owners could achieve, could find, could feel. And I think the Profit First program has taught us discipline. It's taught us professionalism. And it's given me the opportunity to really focus on the areas that I thrive in, that I love, that I just enjoy being in, which is, connecting and talking with people and building my business, and not have to worry about the areas that are very, very, very challenging for me. It's like nails on a chalkboard doing that. I'm not an accountant. I didn't start that business. I started a virtual assistant business because I love supporting people and helping them grow their businesses. So that's what Profit First has done for me. And I cannot recommend it enough. I think it's a fantastic system. It's made accounting for us and planning third grade simple.
What would clarity, direction, and assurances mean to you? What would it mean to you to not have to deal with the parts of running a business you don't like to do? Jamie recorded this in the midst of COVID-19, and his business, like many, is facing uncertainty. Imagine if in this COVID mess, every company had cash. Imagine we didn't need government bailouts. Imagine we could weather this storm. What would that mean to you? How would you have looked at what's going on in the world today differently? That's what Profit First is designed for. I can sit here in my business and be completely comfortable because I've used these principles for decades. I built my vault accounts so I can ride this storm and take advantage of amazing opportunities that are going to come up in the not too distant future. And I don't have to worry about cash flow. The goal of this show is to help you, the small business owner, understand your financial numbers so you can make better business decisions. We learn money mastery without all the complicated accounting mumbo jumbo, using a simple system. Your accountant's busy documenting your transactions and creating the rearview mirror of what happened. You don't even look at the reports they sent you. If you're like Jamie J, you struggle with this. It's not your fault. We're not taught money. Let's face it. Without cash flow, you can't pay your employees, buy needed material, or pay your mortgage and support your family. I help you to do that and more so you can focus on the parts of the business you love and receive the rewards for your labor and investment into your business. Just remember, more revenue doesn't equal more profit. That's why we focus on the bottom line. Today, we're going to talk about setting up Profit First in your business. This is the first step. Remember, I am the Profit Answer Man, so if you get stuck and have a question, email me or ask in the Facebook group. The Profit First system is built on the concepts around the envelope system, which is what Dave Ramsey talks about. It's been around for a lot longer than Dave Ramsey has been talking about it. The principles are timeless. It's how I built wealth. If you've ever read Richest Man in Babylon, it's got the same principles in there. They've been around for hundreds of years, and when you follow them, you have success. When it comes to spending, you probably don't look at your accounting system or talk to your accountant and bookkeeper. You look at your bank account and say, do I have money? I understand why. It's hard to figure out what all those spreadsheets mean and getting the reports together and then realizing your reports are 2 months old. However, the one thing you will find is that your spending follows some pretty similar patterns and ratios. And when you know those ratios and patterns, you can set them aside ahead of time. For example, taxes are probably a similar percentage of your sales every year. Your cost of goods is probably a similar percentage of your sales every year. Sure, some things are variable and some are not. Your lease payments are the same. Your utility costs are probably pretty stable over the year. Your payroll is also, as you look at it over the year, a certain percentage of your sales over time. If you're not sure what these percentages are, your accountant can help you answer these questions. And most industries have benchmarks for what all these percentages should be. But we'll dig into that later. For now, we're going to work on the 7 accounts that we need at minimum to get started. Don't freak out about 7 accounts. It's not that big a deal. It's not a lot of extra work. And if your bank charges fees, tell them you're moving to another one. If you can't find a bank without a fee, email me. I can find one local to you. Okay, here are the first 5 accounts you need. Number 1, income. This is where all the money comes in. You probably already have this account because this is where all the money comes in. The next account you need is your profit account. This is the account where you immediately take out a percentage of every dollar coming in and you put it into that account. You need your owner's compensation account. This is where you pay yourself first. Remember that principle? Well, you're actually doing it. You're taking your payroll out as a percentage up front and putting it in your owner's compensation account. Then there's the tax account, because the government wants its share and you owe it to them. And let's not have to worry when tax time comes, the money will be there. So we have our tax account. The last general account we have is operating expenses. This is what's truly left over for you to spend in your businesses. Some businesses need more accounts for certain needs. For example, you have a high cost of goods sold, you have pass-through payments for a subcontractor, or you want to save up for a capital expenditure, or some of you may have highly variable or seasonal sales. We'll get to that all later, but there's an account for that too. The other 2 accounts are designed to remove temptation and you stealing from yourself. Let's face it, the simplest way not to eat cookies is to never put them in your cart at the grocery store. After that, it's all downhill. We hide your profit and tax accounts from you in another bank that's hard to access, so it's a pain, and you won't go through the pain to get the money out. And if we need to, we can even put locks on those. Plus, you forget they're there, and you forget how much is in them. So it prevents temptation. Now we've got our 7 accounts set up. So here are the 2 biggest questions that come up. Question 1, I've not been profitable before. How can I set aside profit? Now, remember Parkinson's law? You look at your bank, you see money, you spend it. So a couple things are going on. Either you're spending too much money, you don't have a business and you have a hobby, meaning there's no way for you to ever be profitable. And sometimes you need to come to that realization. Do you remember Paul's episode from last week? He built profit into his business model from day one. It's a mindset shift, one where you stop spending more than you have. I know you're smart and I know you can find ways to cut costs or ways to spend less. Here's the bottom line. If you set up a profit account and you take 1% out, meaning if you have $100, do you really think you're going to miss $1? If that's the case, we've got bigger things to talk about. Set up your profit account. We'll start slow and then we'll grow. The other question that comes up is, why can't I just do this on a spreadsheet? Well, now we're back to complicated reports you'll never use that are outdated and don't make any sense. So just follow the system. It works. It's easy once you get used to doing it. It's like riding a bicycle. In the beginning, it's hard, but once you get it, it's just automatic. It's part of the way you do things. All right, before we get to this week's action step, here's a little bit more from Jamie J.
So if you need help, if you would like to feel confident in your business, if you're overwhelmed with the financial outlook of your business, I cannot recommend highly enough to reach out to Rocky. Rocky is unbelievable. He's one of the most intelligent people I've ever come across. And the way in which he has helped me and so many others, he makes you feel comfortable. He will help you along the way. This is not blowing smoke. Highly recommend it. Reach out to Rocky Lalvani if you are overwhelmed with the financial aspects of your business. I guarantee he'll help you out.
This week's action step is for you to go open your 5 accounts at your local bank. You probably already have a couple now, and then look to set up the 2 vault accounts somewhere else where it's hard to get money. If your bank's going to charge or they're making this process difficult, reach out to me. I'll find you banks that will want to work with you and happy to have you and love you as a customer. I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. In order for me to help you, I need your help. Let me know where you're struggling and what you want to hear more about. Email me at questions@profitanswerman.com or go to the Profit Answer Man Facebook group and post them there. I'll answer questions. I'll put some of you on the show if you'd like to be on the show. We can make you anonymous. I also want to share your stories on the podcast. So let me know if you've had success or if you're implementing and where the struggles are. And you can find all of the ways to connect with me in the show notes. Just remember, you don't need more resources. You need to be more resourceful. Let's thrive. Let's grow. Have a profitable week.